back at Bogus Basin, and the color's starting to change on all the leaves and everything, and it's truly beautiful to see. It's barely fall, like October 6th, so this is the first of 2 weeks that we'll get real fall here in Idaho, and then it goes straight to cold. At least it's usually what happens. But I figured I'd get in one more hike before winter hits, and I'm glad I did this. It's going to be a good day. My goal for today is to get to the top of Shafer Butte. Now, Bogus Basin is basically an extinct volcano, and Shafer Butte is, I guess, what you would call the very top of that. It's where some of the other communications and radio towers live that serve the entire valley, but the altitude up there is a little over 7,500 feet. So, having never hiked up there before, this is going to be interesting, to say the least, but I'm excited for it. So, looking around here, I'm not very far onto the trail, but looking behind me, I found where I was originally going to park, up at Pioneer Lodge, but I decided to forego that just for simplicity's sake. But looking up at my destination, over there, that's very high. I don't think I've bitten off more than I can chew, but I may have to take my time with that, so that's interesting. So, I'm on the, let's see, I'm thinking west side of the mountain right now. So I'm in the shade, but just being in the shade of the trees and seeing the last of the wildlife kind of scurry about is really something. Trying not to think about what else could be out here right now, but I think I'm relatively safe. But the one thing that I was most worried about was the temperatures. I didn't want to come up here if it was going to be icy or snowy, and it's not uncommon for Bogus to have were to get snow this early in the year, depending on the temperature. I've seen it happen, but thankfully the temperatures are going to be closer to 70, I think, up here, so should be pretty nice. You know, being in a national forest like this, especially this time of year, I see colors on the trees and plants that I guess I've noticed 100,000 times before and just never appreciated, or I'm just noticing, like really noticing them for the first time. Oh hey, a chipmunk. And it's so, I don't want to use the word eerie, but it's hauntingly peaceful out here. Just me, the trees, the animals, the leaves falling everywhere, like it's so nice, but so like it's I don't know, it's hard to explain. You know, I sit at my desk for work, and you know, I do the same 100 stuff all day, and then I get out here and I'm not afraid of being in nature like this, but it's definitely outside my element, but that's good. It's good to get outside your comfort zone. It's good to, I don't want to say throw caution to the wind, but you know, take a chance once in a while. You know, I've got 4 containers of water, which is 2 more than what I had last time, because last time I nearly ran out, which was stupid of me, but it was also end of July, so it was hotter than shit out here. But I was also carrying 30 pounds of camera equipment, which wasn't smart either. So, you know, it's just all about being prepared, having the right gear for the right moment, and just trusting yourself that everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Okay, my heart's going about 1,000,000 miles an hour right now. Okay, I think, I hope. Okay, those are cows. I see 1, I think 2 cows on the trail. I couldn't tell what they were. I just saw black fuzz moving and couldn't see the baby cow up the hill. I think Mama's looking at me, so I'm gonna back up. Yeah, that's definitely Mama. Oh, it's a good thing I got this on. I'm an idiot for forgetting my bear bell that I specifically wanted to pack for this. I'm going to give them their space. I got no one coming from behind, but Whew, that gave me a rush. Talk about stopping me dead in my tracks. Because being in the National Forest, I'm in someone else's backyard. I'm in someone else's domain. If there's anything with sharper teeth than mine, well, that's how it goes. So, okay, those are definitely cows. Oh boy. Whew, alright, I need to get out of this valley. It's beautiful, but too many trees for cover for that specific reason. Well, now that my heart rate is slowly coming back down from running into those cows, I can get my bearings again. That was kind of a rush. I ran into some cows that came out here, and at the end of July, you know, there's a group of them and they're just kind of hanging out, but I never expected to see any on the trail like that, let alone tucked away in the bushes. So, learn something new every day, I guess. My destination. And potentially my way down. Whew. Alright, let's keep going. For as cold as I thought it was going to be up here on the mountain, the breeze and this pure sunlight feels phenomenal. I mean, yeah, I'm sweating balls, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? So, I'm about an hour into the hike, doing the trail that I had planned on doing today. Was estimated at about 3.5, 3:45, something like that. I'm almost through one bottle of water, so I gotta really watch my pace, watch my heat. Thankfully, I'm coming up on a kind of a halfway point. There's a picnic table, so I'll be able to take a break, refuel, and really preserve my energy. I was hoping to catch some water in a stream that was not too far behind the trail, but the water isn't going. But brought my Life Straw water bottle with me for such an occasion, for such emergencies. But at this altitude, I can feel it. Whew. I can feel it. do this view justice. Absolutely stunning. Just mountains for miles. So, finished off my first bottle of water, put in a liquid IV hydration multiplier in my second bottle, and thankfully it was sugar-free. Oh yeah, also had some cheese. So I've got protein, sugar, some fat, so should be good for a while, and I've got plenty more food in my bag, so that shouldn't be an issue. Now, I'm heading up into a part of Bogus that I have, honest to God, never been before, so everything from here is brand new, but looking at my destination, because I can see it from here, it's going to be all uphill, and I'm going to be on the very back side of the mountain, so see how this goes. I've gone up over 200 feet in 20 minutes. Whew! My legs are on fire, specifically the backs of my legs. Oh man! On one hand, I'm glad I came this way because I was already familiar with the first half of the trail, but looking at the route is deceiving. Because on a 2D map, you're like, oh, everything's flat. But you look at it from 3D, whew, this is a big mountain. That's where it came from. I know the video doesn't do it justice. Well, I guess I should have realized that this was bound to happen, but looking at my phone, it currently says SOS, which means I'm out of cell service, which isn't great, but since I have downloaded this trail to both All Trails and Gaia, I at least know which direction I need to go, but from here on out, I really hope nothing goes sideways. guys from the Forest Service. I can hear a bunch of chainsaws in the background. I would imagine they're thinning out dead trees or just, I honestly don't know what. I'm not in the forestry service, so I can't begin to speculate what they're doing, but I'm sure it's extremely important, because as much as I love being in forest, nature, you know, away from technology, forest management is essential. So if anyone from the Forest Service happens to see this, or you know, stumbles upon this at a later date, you have my thanks. You're doing awesome work. And to the guys who I saw on the trail, you guys are awesome. Keep it up. The backside of Bogus is stunningly beautiful. I had no idea. I mean, it was only a couple of years ago that I came up here to the mountain for the first time, and I didn't even really do anything. I just kind of wandered around the ski lodge, looking, you know, awkward. And the last couple times I've been up here, obviously I went hiking a few months ago, but I've never seen the backside of Bogus. And this is like, if you need a place to truly unplug, soak in every bit of nature as you possibly can, this is the place. This is what I have to look at on this entire walk, and I am not disappointed once, or even a little bit. Truly stunning. Amazing. Well, I'm almost approaching, not quite there, but getting there to the switchbacks of Shafer Butte. I think right now I'm at just a hair over 7,000 feet, and the very top of the mountain is a little over 7,500, so this is going to be fun. I still have plenty of water, and that liquid IV is, well, I'm at the very base of the switchbacks to Shafer Butte. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm at 7,013 feet, and Shafer Butte is 7,572. So I got over 500 feet to climb. Yeah, I'm out of breath. Yeah, I'm sweating like a pig. But the scenery and what I've accomplished today, safe to say my batteries are full. I'm gonna be tired as shit tomorrow, but this is worth it. Wish me luck. Well, I guess that'll teach me for keeping my head down going up the trail. Remember how I scared myself half to death earlier this morning because of some cows? Well, I just saw, or ran into rather, 4 more cows at the start of the switchbacks. Because there were 4 of them, they were blocking the trail or the road here, and it startled me pretty good. So they've got a head start on me. I'm gonna keep my distance from them. I think Mama is at the very back guiding the calves up, so I'll just keep pace with them and everything will be groovy. That was almost straight up. 45 degree angle. Okay. Well, the cows aren't my problem anymore. I was following them and looked down at All Trails and Gaia and realized, whoops, I missed my turn. Looked up at my turn and immediately started weeping a little bit. This is going to be rough. These switchbacks are no joke. Makes sense why I keep seeing ATV and dirt bike tracks up here though, because anyone doing this on foot is fucking lunatic. Ironically, I don't have a great view of the valley, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this trail again. At least not until I lose another 20 pounds. Of course, it doesn't help that I've got a ton of water and food strapped to my back. So, you know, pros and cons, but I'm going to soldier through this. I will do this because it is absolutely gorgeous, and I've gotten my cell reception back, so at least that's good. So climbing up the switchbacks. I don't even know what elevation I'm at, but I keep hearing rustling in the bushes and trees, and it's probably squirrels and chipmunks. Probably bugs, but I'm not taking any chances because 1, I've never been up here before. 2, I don't know what else is up here with me. So every few minutes I've been blowing my whistle, just alerting whatever is in the trees, no matter how big or small, that I'm here. I mean no harm. In fact, if there was a friendly bear wearing a green fedora and a boat and a necktie to keep me company, I wouldn't say no. It'd be even better if you had like an ATV or something, but that's okay. God, I can't wait to go back down. My heart rate is... it's high. Well, I'm not at the top of Shafer Butte. My head is starting to really pound, and I gotta conserve my water, and the air's starting to get thinner. Vision's getting blurry too. And that's not just from sugar. That's something else. That's bad. So I am at 7,314 feet. 118 feet, and that's how far I am from Shafer Butte, and I just don't have the energy. So if I drove up here, might be able to do it, but the air's getting too thin, and being by myself, I'm gonna call it. I've heard of altitude sickness before, and it's one thing to hear about it, it's one thing to experience it. Is it something I should have prepared for? Absolutely. Is it something that could have anticipated? Honestly, I don't know. Where I live is just under 3,000 feet. Just under 3,000 feet above sea level. And drive up the mountain and climb up the mountain to as high as I can go, 7,200 feet or whatever it was. That's a big change. So maybe one day I'll come back and beat my record, beat my stopping point back there rather, and see if I can make it to the very top. And the really frustrating part is right up there. I can see the towers, so it's not like it's super I just the altitude got the best of me. That's okay. When you are battling the elements, 99 times out of 100, nature will win. That one time nature doesn't, means you got fucking lucky. While I was drifting and realizing that I couldn't continue any further up there. I did see a couple of backpackers come down the very trail I was trying to go up with their dogs, and they walked past me and said hi, asked me if I was okay, and I said yeah, the altitude sickness, or the altitude rather, got the better of me, and they were kind enough to make sure I was okay, make sure I had enough water, which I still do. I still have 2 full bottles in my backpack, plus plenty of food, so at least I met some nice people today who took time out of their trail to make sure I was alright, so 1 point for humanity, I suppose. Mid-hike yoga. Well, I'm almost at Pioneer Lodge here at Bogus. It's the uppermost parking lot lodge, whatever you want to call it. But in front of me are gorgeous orange and red and yellow trees and bushes, and beyond that, because Idaho is a nice layer of smoke, probably from who the hell knows where, but it's so weird to see this smoke. There's just this film of smoke over the valley, and I'm above it. Like, that is just super weird. Usually I'm below it. Air quality up here today has been phenomenal, but in the distance over the valley, I can definitely see more smoke or smog or whatever the hell it is. So, not out of the woods yet. Well, I made it to Pioneer Lodge. At this point, my back and my knees, they're hurting. But I'm glad I did this. This was a good experience. I still have to walk downhill from Pioneer Lodge to my parking lot, but at this point I'm finishing off my second bottle of water, breaking out of my smart waters here in a minute, chowing down on some more trail mix, and boy, I'm tired. And now I'm just resting underneath an awning in what looks like a tennis court, but it was shady and the cold feels phenomenal against my back, so I'm going to hang out here for a few more minutes and then start the descent down to the car. Hey, I was over there this morning. Oh, man. And that is where I wanted to be.